So here we're going to talk about the complement of an event E is the set of all outcomes in a sample space that are not in E. Okay? So think of it in a picture as the whole sample space is in this box here, but to not be an event, so maybe this is event E. It's everything in here, right? So not in E would be everything outside of E. So everything shaded in red here would be not E. So when we denote this by E prime, okay? So E prime is the complement of E, all right? Now, the way I kind of like to think about it, if there is a probability of rain, so it's gonna, the probability, the chance it's gonna rain outside is 30%. So that's 0.3, which is 30%. Then the probability of not rain, the probability it's not gonna rain is gonna be 0.7, 70% chance. How do you do that? How is that even possible, right? So the way we do this, right? So if I had probability of rain, R is equal to 30%, okay? Probability of not rain, R prime, is 70%, okay? How did we even come about that? Well, if you think about it, everything that is in E, the probability of E, and everything that is not in E, the probability of not E, if I add those two things together, okay, what should it come up to? It should come up to every single possibility, right? Which should equal a total of 100% chance, right? The probability of it not raining or raining, that's everything that could happen, right? It is either going to rain or it's not going to rain. That's 100%. So if I want to solve for P of E, what do? I subtract this PE here. And so the probability of not E is equal to 1 minus the probability of E. So why does this work? All right, so why will that work? You think about it. If it's a 30% chance that it's not going to rain, or that it's going to rain, then the chance it's not going to rain is 1 minus that 30% chance. And 1 minus the 30% is the 70%. And so that is where the probability of the complement rule comes into play. Okay? So let's take an example. So roll a die. Now it's 6-sided. And let A be that you roll a 5. Now, how many ways can you roll a 5? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ways to roll a die, right? There's only 1 5, though, in there. So the probability of A rolling a 5 is 1 out of 6, okay? But what's the probability of not rolling an A? So A prime is not roll an A. I'm sorry, a 5. So if I don't roll a 5, what does that mean I can roll? I can roll a 1, I can roll a 2, I can roll a 3, I can roll a 4, I can roll a 6, okay? So the probability of not rolling an A is 1 minus the probability of rolling an A, which is 1 minus 1 over 6, which is 5, 6, okay? There's 5 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, that are not 5. Okay, so that's how we use the complement rule to get our answer.